Hi everyone, my name is Kim and I am Barbara's daughter. Thank you so much for coming to visit me today on my FlossTube channel. Today is a WIP Parade video, so it's not my normal video, not my normal day to post, but I did ask if people wanted to see a WIP Parade, and many people said yes. So I'm gonna go through all the WIPs that that I'm not like currently working on right now, because those WIPs I showed on Friday and I'll show again this Friday. So there's about 5 things that you saw last Friday that you're not gonna see today. And I'm not showing my Blackboard design summer, autumn, winter either, because I think by Friday that might be a finish. So stay tuned to find out. So I have everything in project bags, so there will be zipping and unzipping because I don't want to lose everything and get it all mixed up. So I'm just going to go through. I have about 20 WIPs, which I don't think is horrible, but some of them I really, really want to get back to, and I feel like a strong desire to stitch, and others I'm like, well, I like this. I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't feel like it's calling my name right now. So these WIPs, a lot of them, if you watched, I think it was my second video in April, I did a WIP parade, and a lot of these WIPs are the same ones I had then. So I haven't touched them. I gotta get going on some of these. The first WIP that I'm going to show you is Prim Village, which I will insert a picture of here because all I have in this bag is my working copy. And I am stitching this on 36 count. I don't know the color, so I will put that down here as well on the bottom. And this fabric is, I think it's R&R. I've got one little tiny house done, that's it. And I am using Christmas colors, reds and greens, to do Prim Village. And I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to look nice. And I was kind of stuck between deciding, do I do it as one piece, as in the photo shows, or do I do little ornaments with each houses? And I think I'm going to do it all as one piece. I went back and forth for a while. I was really keen on the ornament idea, but I think I'm going to do it all as one piece. So I would like to get this done for this Christmas. We will see if I can get that done. Again, it's something that I really like, I really want to do. It just I haven't been motivated to work on it. So that is Prim Village. And oh, that's by Lori Holt, I believe. Next, I don't know if this counts as a WIP. I'm counting it as a WIP. It's the strawberries from this book, Deck the Halls, Blackbird Designs. I have done 3 of these. So I have shown them on previous videos, but I'll go ahead and show you the ones that I have done so far. I have done this one, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. I have done the Christmas Cactus. And I have done the First Day of Christmas. So I don't have any of these in progress right now, but I need to do the other 3, which are Christmas Visitor, the swan. I think that's a swan. And From Me to Thee. And then Dancing Sugar Plums. So these are super quick to stitch up, and that's another thing that I would like to get done this Christmas. I should have been working on this in Jolly July, but I had other things I was working on. It seems like my WIP pile is organized with all my Christmas stuff first, so some of this you have seen not too long ago. This is Christmas Alphabet, which I did start in Jolly July by Prairie Schooler. And I'm doing it the big piece, but vertical instead of horizontal. And I'm using a 36 count petty point. I've gotten a few letters done. They're so tiny and totally adorable. So it's going to be long, but skinny. Another one that if I just sat down and worked on it, get that one done in not too long. I guess that's the story with all WIPs, right? If we just sat down and worked on them, they wouldn't be WIPs. All right, I've got Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs. This is a working copy, but you can kind of see the picture there. I am using 4 Victorian motto threads to stitch this. On a Picture This Plus linen. I have not gotten much done on this, so this is not one that I anticipate being done this year, but I would like to get some more work on it. I really like the colors, and I enjoyed working on it, the little time I spent on it. So the reason I went with Victorian motto is because this, it's a big piece and it requires a lot of floss. When it was charted, it was done on, I don't know if it was 32 count, but it was done with 2 strands of floss. So I decided to do it on 36 count, which I'll use 1 strand, and that will give me less floss that I need. And also, if I use Victorian motto, it comes in 20-yard skeins, so it saved me money in buying the floss. All right, next is Bethlehem. This is by Imaginating, and I am doing this with Mrs. Sadis silk floss, and this is on a color and cotton fabric. I think it's brown sugar. This silk floss is so nice to work with. I really enjoy it. And this is another one that it's very long, but it's only like 1.5 inches tall. It's fairly solid stitching in there, but I feel like that's manageable. It wouldn't take too long. It's not a terribly big project. So that's Bethlehem. This little guy, oh my goodness, I just need to finish him. I just haven't had any desire to pick him up. I don't know why. He's super cute. And I have the bulk of him done. Just have to do his, whatever's sticking out of his pants there. And then he's done, and I just have to do around, like all the border and around the vine and everything in his little basket. So I have to get back to that. That is the called for fabric, which I believe is Picture This Plus Mint. I bought it with the pattern from Kitten Stitcher, 32 count Mint Lugana by Picture This Plus, but I am using 1 strand on 32 count. Picture This Plus is usually a little tighter, so even though it's 32, it's probably maybe like 34. So I think the coverage is great. I think it's fine. Need to get that finished. That should be done this year. I'm going to have to put these Christmas projects up front and center. It's just that I tend to stitch more in with the season that we're currently in, and it's hot right now, so I'm not really feeling a lot of cozy Christmas stitching. Okay, that's all my Christmas WIPs. I think I have 9 of them, so 9 out of 20 of my WIPs are Christmas related, so I need to get on those. Most of those are small, except for Christmas Garden. If I got those done, that'd be great. Here's another one that I just need to finish. Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Do I have the picture in here? Yes. I changed mine a little. I didn't like these green squares, rectangles with the sheep in them, so I got rid of them and just made the tree go down all the way to the bottom of the row there. And I have one whole side done. This is on 32 count Picture This Plus Ale, and I love the fabric. I love everything about this. I did not iron these pieces before this video, sorry. I love it. It's great. Why have I not finished this? I have to do this whole other side. I really, really love the way that the colors stand out on this fabric. That red house, I love it. I need to finish this. So that's got to go up with the Christmas stuff, and they really need to finish this pile. The problem is I have so many new things I want to start too. Wait till you see, I brought those up too, all my kitted projects. Yeah. All right. Here's a couple things that are not on my immediate radar. I went to iStitch Designs, which is a blog, and she makes a lot of band samplers, and people in my Stitchy group really got into band samplers. So I really got into band samplers, and I would love to have this. This is called Blue Band Sampler by iStitch Designs, and I would really love to have this around a spool. I even have spools that I can use. So I am using Classic Colorworks Blue Corn to stitch this. And so far, this is all I have. Just a couple little bands. This is 25 count. No, not 25 count. 28 count. And I'm doing it 1/1. And that's slow going, which is why I've only done this much. I should make this like a little travel piece, except I'm not traveling anywhere because COVID. So I literally drive to my mother's house and drive home, and I'm driving. So I mean, this would be a great travel piece if I was traveling anywhere. But I think this is one that will take a while. I am kind of wanting to get back to it though, because I wanted to do some more 1/1, because as I said in my last video, I'm kind of into doing that Summer Schoolhouse series by Brenda Gervais, and so I really need to up my game with the 1/1 stitching if I'm going to do that whole series. So really love this, love the colors, love the idea of it, but I got to get all those Christmas whips done before I worry about this. So it's not on my immediate radar. Next, I've got a little gem, Sarah Spencer. This is from Hands Across the Sea, and she released a bunch of these on her website, PDF downloads. They're smaller than her normal Hands Across the Sea pieces are, and I love this. I think it's super cute, smaller than, more manageable than her normal pieces are. I am using the called for DMC colors, which are bright and cheerful, and I don't remember what fabric this is, so I will write it down there at the bottom. I have just, actually, I think it goes this way. This way. I've just done part of the border, that's it. And I really like the border. I just started it, got excited about it, really enjoyed stitching on it, put it down, saw something else I wanted to work on, and I haven't been back to this since. I really like this. I would not say it's on my immediate radar to get finished anytime soon. I like the fabric. It's probably color and cotton. I'm not sure. You know by now because I put it at the bottom of the screen, but I like the feel of the fabric. So I definitely want to get this done at some point. This is one of my newer whips, going with my nautical themed stitching that I want to do. So this is Little House Needleworks Old Nantucket, and I started this and got, I used some of the called for colors, but mostly my own, just looking at the picture and seeing what looks like what's in the picture, and it's a combination of Victorian Motto and Classic Colorworks and a whole bunch of things. And this is Weeks Dye Works Parchment, which is a great fabric. It's on the new Zweigart base, Whoops. And that's where I'm at. So I started working on filling in the house, and that is a great thing to be doing while I'm watching TV at night, so I should really at least get the house done. But again, just like with Sarah Spencer, I saw something else, got into it, put this away. So, really like this, really want to finish it. Not on my immediate radar to be finishing. Okay, this is Harriet Elizabeth Co. I love the look of this. I was so excited to see this. Farm Girl Michelle was doing a stitch along, and I got everything. I think I have, do I have the called for colors? No, I just picked out my own colors. I really liked them. I liked the stitching on the fabric. But then I started stitching this and I was like, I don't know. I'm not really loving stitching this. I don't know why. The letters are eyelet stitches, which, I mean, yeah, it's definitely more time consuming, but I don't dislike eyelet stitches. I did some Smyrna crosses for this red border instead, because those are supposed to be eyelets too, and I was like, well, that's a lot of eyelets. So I did some Smyrna crosses. I mean, I have a lot more to go on this, but I don't know if I want to finish this because I wasn't really enjoying stitching on it, and I don't know why. I think it might help. I think before I abandon it, I'm going to go down and do the motifs on the bottom, because maybe I just got too caught up in those letters. It just seemed like a lot of letters up there. And so maybe I just need to do some cross stitching, which would be those motifs at the bottom. So I'm not going to get rid of this or abandon it or anything at this point. I'm just going to go back to it at some point and try those motifs at the bottom, see if stitching on those makes me enjoy this more. Because it's a shame to not do it when I have put a lot of work into it so far. This is a small one that I should really just finish because it won't take that long. It's Shakespeare's Peddler, Christina Weber's marking sampler. And I got the thread from in a package, thread pack, I guess, from Kitten Stitcher. And I've done a couple rows. There's not really that much to it though, because there's a huge blank space, as you can see down the bottom there. So I have done 2 rows. So I've done up here those 2 rows. So I have one more row, then I have another alphabet there, then a little space where you like sew the fabric together, and then another alphabet down there. It's really not that much. So I am stitching this on 36 count flax, and like I said, with the called for colors. So I'd like to get back to this. This is something that could be done, you know, if I spent a week on this, I'd be done with it. So I should do that. Probably after the Christmas projects though. All right, here's one that I love, but I have no intention of stitching anytime soon. I love it, but it's just not something I can really get excited about doing for some reason. This is Rosewood Manor Green on Green. I don't think I have a picture here, just my working copy, and I didn't copy the front, so I'm going to insert a picture of it. I am using 36 count Salt Marsh Green fabric with Dried Roses silk from Thread Gatherer. This is really pretty, variegated. I'm not sure how well that's coming out, but pinks, greens, browns, and I love it. Love the way it's turning out. It's a huge piece, and I have only done this much. Sorry for the wrinkles. I love it. I love that variegation. The silk is nice to work with. I like the fabric. But I think it's just a huge piece, and I'm like, if I work on this for a couple weeks, I'm not going to really even see much progress. That's not a really good attitude to have, I know. So, yeah, I really like it. I'm not going to stitch it right now. So we're going to put it back in the bag, and someday when I'm looking for something to stitch and feeling uninspired with other things, hopefully I will go back to it and work on that, because I really would like to finish it. All right, this is Ink Circles Henna Mandala. And this is a small piece, and I should really just finish this up. I've got about a quarter of it done. This is also on Picture This Plus Ale. Oh wait, is it? No, Picture This Plus Gingerbread, 32 count. I am using Mrs. Sadis Silk in the color Darling, which is amazing. I love it. You're not really seeing the greens, I don't think, in that. But there are also a lot of greens in that floss. Maybe if I hold it up. It's really, really pretty. Very nice to work with. If you are interested in silk and you haven't tried it before, she's also not very expensive. Mrs. Sadis, Missussedas, and she's from Spain. So especially during current COVID times, her shipping I'm sure takes a little longer than normal, but prior to that, when I ordered this, she had very fast shipping, so it's through no fault of her own, I'm sure, if the shipping is a little longer. But this would not take me that long to do. I should work on that one, get that done. All right, this last WIP is a BAP. Oh my goodness. This is another one that I love it. I have no intention of doing it anytime soon. This is Shakespeare's Peddler, A Savior's Praise. It's huge. This is the kind of thing that you really just need to commit to do. I'm just going to work on just this, and I'm going to plow through it. But otherwise, it's going to take me years, right? But I'm not a monogamous stitcher, so I stitch on something for a day or two, and I'm like, oh, time to switch to something else. So I really have 5 or 6 things going all at once. Now, I definitely should put this in the rotation, but not right now. Not right now. I am stitching this on 36 count flax, and I am using the called for DMC and Weeks threads, and that's what I've got so far. So, I mean, a decent start, but a long way to go. And I'm also, I'm using the called for threads, but I was kind of playing around with them. If something didn't show up well in this fabric, or I didn't like the placement of it, I switched the colors around, so it might not look exactly like other people's that you've seen. So I love it. I am not going to work on this right now, anytime soon. Okay, so those are all my WIPs, but I do have a basket full of kitted up projects here that I haven't even started yet that I really want to start. I'll bet you want to see those too, huh? Yeah, okay, I'll show you those. Okay, here it is. Basket of kitted stuff. All in my projects bags, thanks to Mom. All right, this first one, I'm starting this soon, like maybe this week or maybe next week. As soon as I finish that Blackbird Designs piece, because this is another Blackbird Designs piece. I'm feeling fall colors. I would like to stitch some fall pieces, even though it's hot. I have this little pillow. It's I think comes out 6.5 inches. Patchwork Pumpkin. This is I got it as a separate piece, but I think it's also in a book. It's one of the Reward of Merit pin keeps. I saw Lisa from Kindred Stitcher do it at one point, and really loved the way it looked. I don't normally do a real pale fabric, but this looks like it needs it, and the colors seem to warrant that. So I have this 36 count winter, I think it's called Winter Moon. It's just a cream color. You can see it's not stark white, but it's a cream color. And I have most of the called for threads, not all of them. I substituted a couple, but I had most in my stash. So I really want to start this. It's going to be soon. And this is not a huge project. Like I said, I think it only comes out 6.5 inches. So I don't mind the little stuff. I don't mind starting. I just don't want to start super huge projects until I knock down some of those WIPs. All right. This one, also fall, I would like to start. Raven Bewitched by Blackbird. And this is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually many color, not many, but it's from afar, it looks like it's all one color, right? Like all like a black color, but it's not. It's a whole bunch of colors, and some of them are even like almost a purpley color. Well, I decided I was going to just do it all in a variegated black gray color. So I was going to use black coffee, which I don't have here with me because I stole the black coffee from this project that I hadn't started to work on Lantern Lane, because I have, I was using black coffee in Lantern Lane and I ran out. But I'm going to do this on the 36 count, 36 count gingerbread linen that I was working on the Henna Mandala on. Really like that color, and I think black coffee would stand out really nicely on that. So it'll be monochromatic, but I think that'll be cool. This one is, I think it's kind of big. 169 by 206, so it's not like it's a tiny little thing. I could also just do some of the motifs and the birds and stuff in it if I wanted to make it smaller. Sometimes I like to do that, just get the feeling of a piece, but I don't have time, or I don't want to spend the time to do the whole thing. We'll see though. I'm going to work on the other one first, so. All right, this one I really do want to start too, but this is a huge one. Manor at Quaker Hill. It's enormous. Reese from Stitching with Reese finished this, I believe, and other people are stitching it. It's so, so pretty. I have the called for floss. Actually, I have to stick a couple more of these on here, which is very pretty. And I actually think I have the call for fabric too, do I? Legacy, yep. 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. So, called for threads. Oh, you know what? It's not all called for threads. I remember this now. I stuck some Victorian mottos in for the pinks because I didn't have all of those, and it's actually called for some DMC for those pinks, and I thought, well, I'll just use Victorian motto. So it will be mostly in keeping with the called for, but I just think it's going to be so pretty. I really want to start that. I really want to start everything in this basket, but that's definitely high on the list. Got to knock out some WIPs though first. Okay, this I love. I don't think I'm going to start this anytime soon. Maybe this would be like my New Year start or something. This is all of the For the Birds series. There's 9 of them. Blackbird Designs. I think I showed these when I bought them as part of my haul. And I'm going to do them all on one piece of fabric. This is 36 count Sand by Picture This Plus. And I have the called for colors for all of those, all 9 of them. I'm going to do them as one piece. And if I can find a picture of what that looks like as one piece, I'll insert that here because I've seen some other people do it, like on Facebook, they posted it, and I think I might have saved the picture, so I'll put that here. But again, love the fabric and the floss, and I'm super excited to do this, but this is a big, each one is small, but all 9 together is a big project. So that might be a nice kind of New Year's start or something like that. I'm trying to get out of 2020 as fast as possible. So I'm already thinking about New Year's start. Okay, this is 100% immediate radar. I want to start this. I'm kind of mad at myself that I haven't started it yet. Lady Justice, I need to start this. I need to finish Lady of the Flag. Those darn beads are downstairs waiting for me. They're in the dining room because I sit at the dining room table to do the beading. I don't sit on my couch to do it, and I have to drag my light in there and everything else, and so it's just so much easier to pick up a regular cross stitch to do, but I need to get it done. And then I want to start this. I am doing a conversion. I have so much floss here. I have Gary from Sunshine Stitchers so nicely shared his skin and hair color conversions, and I took those and added a couple colors because I'm going to do mine on 36 count, 1 strand, and so his conversions had some blends where you put 2 colors together, and I can't do that because I'm not going to use 2 strands. So I just added some like other colors in between the colors he had picked. I'm going to do the dress in the aqua that the sash is in instead of doing the sash in that color. And I'm going to do the sash in yellows. And then there's a whole bunch of floss for these tiny flowers that are up in her hair. You see how little amount of floss I will need for those tiny little flowers up in her hair, but I have all this for them. Lots of color changes, I guess, in that. And I'm going to do this, I think, on parchment by weeks. I think it's going to look okay, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this whole thing because I've never like converted like so much. So I think that's going to look all right, but I'm going to stitch like a couple yellow and a couple aqua stitches in a corner just to be sure before I really head into it, because I don't know where I'll start. I usually start in the top left, but there's, you know, nothing in the top left. So I might start in the center. So, and then I work up and then do the bottom. That's what I did with Lady of the Flag. So we'll see. I mean, I could fold the fabric in half. So I could do this and then kind of count down to where her head is supposed to be and start in the middle. I might do that too, because I kind of would like to start from the top down, but we'll see. First, I have to finish Lady of the Flag. Okay, this next one is not at all on my immediate radar, but I was on 123 Stitch, and I wanted to purchase it, and I just clicked that add all the threads to my cart. So I have the threads, and I just tossed some fabric in here to do with it. This is Liberty Lodge, and this is fabric that I got from Fire Poppies. I know that because of the way it was serged, but I don't remember if this is, I don't remember the color. It's 36 count. I don't remember what it is. It's probably R&R because that's what I bought from Fire Poppies. I don't think it's creme brulee because I used that for the Blackbird design piece and it looks different. So I don't know what it is. Winter's Brew, maybe, but this looks a little too light for that. So I don't know. But I got the colors that are called for. Liberty Lodge. I feel like that's a patriotic kind of piece. I mean, you could leave that up all year, really. But so I think this is going to be like next year when I'm into patriotic stitching, I'll work on this. So just kitted it up because why not? I had the floss, stuck some fabric in there, and it's all ready to go, but not on my immediate radar. Okay. This is United We Stand by Teresa Kogut. I'll insert a picture here because all I have is the chart. And I am going to try this on Picture This Plus Dapple 36 count with threads that I pulled from my stash. This is something I would like to get done, at least started soon. So this is going to the front of my pile. Maybe what I'll do is I'll work on like finish a WIP and then start a new kitted piece. Finish a WIP, start a new kitted piece. I don't know. That's after I finish the 5 WIPs I have downstairs that are like in the rotation of things that I'm doing right now that I want to finish. I usually just stitch on whatever I feel like stitching though. So every time I think about, oh, maybe I'll make up these rules for myself about what I'm going to stitch, it doesn't work. I just stitch on what I want to stitch. And you know what? It makes me happy to have this basket of projects ready for me. So if the apocalypse comes and I can't leave my house, I have cross-stitch fabric. All ready to go, all kitted up. All right, another one that I really want to do, and this is a small one, a quick one. This was Stone Street Stitch Works. It was a fundraiser MLK sampler. It's not that big. I have a piece of Picture This Plus Bramble and a few, it's just like 4 threads. I'm using a little bit of green in there instead of brown vines, and 2 pinks, and I am using a brown for the birds. So, want to start that. That is something quick, not too big. Front of the pile. This one is a good one for next year for my patriotic stitching, Lady Liberty. A lot of people have done this drum. I just purchased the called for colors. I don't have any fabric yet picked for it, so it's actually, I don't know why it's in this basket, because this is a basket of kitted projects and I did not put the fabric in here. So maybe I'll leave that out and pull some fabric from my stash for it, and then it'll be ready to go. But like I said, probably a next year project for the back of the pile. All right, next I have a couple from Stitching Through the Years. This one is Sampler Hope. Pardon my horrible copy. This was a PDF download and before I got my new printer, so see the lines? It's bad print. But I have been collecting the threads. I don't think I have them all yet, but I have some of them. Didn't put the fabric in here, so we've got to put that one over with Lady Liberty. Needs some fabric in there. I think that the thing with the Stitching Through the Years pieces, I have another one here to show you too, is I don't think I want a fabric that has a lot of modeling on it. And normally I do pick like a Picture This Plus or something that has like a lot of modeling on it. I think I maybe need to go with something that's either like from Zweigart that doesn't have anything on it, or like that Winter Moon that I showed for one of the other projects I was going to do. Oh, for the Blackbird Designs house fall one. Or maybe I need to do like R&R, doesn't have a whole lot of like splotchy modeling on it. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Like a Cherry Blossom. This is a horrible, horrible photocopy or printout of the PDF. So I am going to insert here a picture of that because this is a beautiful piece. Shiloh at X-Stitch MD. She's doing the Hope sampler Hope. I don't know if I think she started like a Cherry Blossom as well. That's where I got this idea from to check out her Etsy shop. So I bought 36 count light mocha, just Edinburgh linen. See, there's not a lot of modeling there, and I feel like that's what I have to do with this. And I have just a couple of the colors. I don't have them all. I have to get the rest. So I need a new basket that's like partially kitted projects because this has the fabric, but not all the threads. We're gonna have to reorganize here. This is going to be my immediate radar basket, I think. I'm going to put the WIPs and the new projects that I really have to start soon in here. I got this basket from my mom. Mom, I need a new basket because now I need to have a not fully kitted basket. I'll be rating your supplies later this week. All right, I have, oh, yet another one. No fabric in this one. I'm terrible. I love this book. I love everything in it in Friendship's Way, but I particularly want to do these strawberries. And I am just going to use like scraps of fabric. So I have plenty in my stash. I got the 4 colors that you need to do these berries. And berries are quick stitches. I mean, some of these, let me see if I can show you. Like, there's hardly any stitching on that at all. Be done in an hour. That makes you feel great to get those done so quickly, right? So, have to kit up some fabric for that. I would say that might be on my immediate radar. There are a lot of things on my immediate radar. I cannot get to them all immediately. All right, this is Blackboard Designs, Stars and Stripes. I'm going to put a picture here because I don't have the actual patterns in my file of Blackboard Designs over there. I got this on Stash Unload. I just really liked it. I'm going to save it for next year, though. Patriotic Stitching. This is just a scrap of I don't know what, actually. It is like a real like corn kind of color. Like there's a yellow to it. And I just picked, you only need two colors. So I have Cranberry from Gentle Arts and Midnight Dark from Victorian Motto. And I think that's going to look really nice on there. So that is all kitted up and ready to go for the next time I'm feeling some patriotic stitching. But probably not anytime soon. Okay, almost done. Just a couple more. This is Plum Street Samplers. I think it came out at Market, Sweetheart Hill. And I picked my own colors for this, and I love them. I have 36 count Pecan by Silk Weaver to stitch it on. I love all these pinks. Not sure if you can see them all. The pinks, the greens. I love them. I haven't started this yet because have you seen the size of that house and the hill? There's a lot of stitching there. But, I mean, that's fun fill-in stitching, sitting there watching TV. So, it's a big project, even though I don't think the count of it is huge. Let's see. 139 by 120. It's just a lot of stitching in that project. So, not on the immediate radar. Okay, then I have Bower Birds by Hello from Liz Matthews. Love this. I don't love the way my stitches look in white, but who gets that close to them, right? So I have Picture This plus Dapple. I was going to stitch this on because I like that it's done on gray. And I didn't pull a white. I think I was just going to use B5200. But this isn't kitted because there's no floss in it, so that's going to go in my to be finished kitting pile. Not on my immediate radar to do, but I do really like that. That actually would kind of like a nice spring piece because of the birds in it. All right, last one. I've had this one forever. Not forever, really, but this is Birds of a Feather, Sally Spencer Sampler. I don't know why I haven't stitched this yet. I love it. I think I got busy doing something else, and then I heard someone say that the letters are kind of a pain because they're not done like sometimes when you have an alphabet, all the letters are like 7 or 8 stitches high, and so you can kind of get in a groove where you know what to expect, especially if you've been cross stitching a long time. You know, there's only so many fonts that are out there, right, that are standard like that. But this font, all the letters are different sizes, and some of them are like up a few stitches or down a few stitches from the letters before and after. So I think someone said that that was kind of challenging for them. And so then I just sort of didn't do it, but I don't know why. I mean, I'm looking at the pattern now, which is on the back of this page I'm showing you, and it really does not look that bad. And I love the colors of this. This is like a springtime piece to me because of these colors. I did switch out the red. They use, I think, Schoolhouse Red. No, Buckeye Scarlet they use. And I have Victorian Motto New Coral Reef. because I wanted it to be, I guess, more pinky than like orangey red. It's not really coming out the right color though. It is not quite that pink, what you're seeing. It's more red. And this is a piece of Picture This plus Heartland, 36 count. I would really like to start this. It's not really on my immediate radar, but it's like almost there. It's right up there. Because I've had it for so long, ready to go, I'd really like to start it. I just keep starting other things instead. All right, that's it. All my WIPs, all my kitted projects. I have a big mess here to clean up now. So I'm gonna go back and not stitch on any of the things that I just showed you. I'm gonna go back and stitch on Blackbird Designs Summer, Autumn, Winter, because I want to finish that this week. And I want to finish my Mary Pepper pouch. And I have a couple other small things that are close to being finished that I'm working on downstairs. So hopefully I'll be able to show you a couple finishes on Friday. We'll see. Fingers crossed. It's Monday today, so I have a few days left before my next floss tube video. Thanks for stopping by and tuning in for this kind of longer than usual floss tube WIP parade. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.